In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you another episode of Medieval Dynasty, and today is a preview of the upcoming 0.5 test version. It is patch time. Now, I was talking about the last patch kind of felt like not really what I would call filler, but more of, hey, there's a lot of little things that need to get fixed. Let's address these before we change some other bigger stuff. And lo and behold, they changed some bigger stuff. First and foremost, if you're like me and you have a lot of tools set up, and I told the people on Discord I was going to do this. If you had a lot of tools and you've been really proactive about getting stacks and stacks of tools available, you're going to log into the world. You're going to find that the old iron tools from before have been degraded. It's one way to look at it, but don't get upset. I'm going to show you why. So let's look in the inventory first. So they've added copper tools, bronze tools, and then you have iron knives, and it goes in that order. And that's specifically how the game is like pushing you toward that. A Smithy 1, those have the recipes for copper tools. Smithy 2, you get the bronze tools. Smithy 3, as it goes, the iron tools. So you have a copper age, a bronze age, and an iron age. And to account for this, they made copper knives the weakest knives in the game. Okay, so copper tools, copper weapons, they're weak. They're 150 out of 150. You know what else used to be 150 out of 150? Iron knives used to be 150 out of 150. So it's not that our iron tools got weaker. It's just that they didn't upgrade to the new version of iron tools. You have to make new iron tools. So we didn't lose anything, but we didn't gain anything. So we didn't get that extra durability, but we didn't lose what we had already put in. And instead of using iron, you have to use iron bars or copper bars, or for bronze, you have to use tin and iron. And I'm going to go over how the mines work because that's changed as well. But if you look at the copper knife, it's 150 out of 150. The bronze knife is 300 out of 300. And then the new iron knife is 500 out of 500. So that when you get to the point that you're making iron tools, your iron tools are going to last a hell of a lot longer than they were before. And it flows the same way with a copper hammer is 250 out of 250, which used to be the iron. You have the bronze, which is 400 out of 400. And then an iron hammer is 600 out of 600. And then it used to be 250 out of 600. So it's an improvement that once you've reached the pinnacle of having iron tools, your tools and weapons are going to last a lot longer. Here's a question I don't know. There are copper arrows, bronze arrows, and iron arrows. I'm wondering if the different arrows are going to have different damages. And it's still the quote-unquote only weapon in the game. I thought when they kind of teased us with those pictures of the forge that maybe they're going to add some combat-style weapons into the game where... Why is there... Oh, I must have dropped a hammer. Yeah, I was doing some testing. I dropped a hammer. Where there'd be actual more weapons and not tools. Like a knife is... Right now, a knife is really just a tool. Maybe later on, it'll become a weapon as well. But you can see they added bellows. They added a bucket of water so that you get the effect of hardening your tools. This is a basic Smithy 1 that I built. And it has the bellows. And in the Smithy, you have the ability to craft everything. So you're not locked out of... You could just hear where they were hardening something over there. You're not locked out of making the higher tier stuff in a lower tier building. It's just the recipes lock you into that. So when you go to Smithy 1, it's all copper tools. All right. Smithy 2 is all bronze tools. And then, as you would guess, Smithy 3 is all the iron tools and iron horseshoes. Now, there are new nodes in the mines. So the mines have copper nodes, they have salt nodes, they have iron nodes, and they have tin nodes from what I've seen over there. And we're going to go over and look at that here in a little bit. But you use tin and copper to make bronze. Now, there are other uses for that tin. Now, not for weapons. I thought maybe there were, but there are some crafting recipes that need tin specifically. And I don't know them all. I'm just going to point out a couple that I've seen. The simple backpack, the pouch, which used to use iron, now takes tin instead of iron. So don't turn all your tin and bronze or copper into bronze. You're going to need tin for other stuff, which is good because it gives us a use for a different material. And there are separate nodes for that. So when you hit a copper node, you're going to get copper and stone. When you hit a stone node or a salt node, you'll get salt and stone. It allows you to better target what you're looking for when you're doing it yourself. It doesn't change too much for when you are looking at your mine itself. You go to the mine, you can get stone, you can get copper, you can get tin, you can get iron, or you can get salt. The extraction shed, I don't think it's changed. Yeah, stone, clay, and limestone. That's all you can get from there. So that has not changed. My son reached age 6, so he is more of a lad now. Still can't talk to him. But the children have all changed. They don't look so much like demon spawn anymore. They actually have different clothes. So remember when I had like the village of the dam? All the kids would come stand out in front of their houses. They were dressed exactly the same way, and they basically just stand there and stare forward. They actually move around a little bit more. They have more movement, and they have different clothes. So I don't have that village of the dam thing going on anymore, which I thought was actually kind of cool. Look at the cute little twins. Oh, that's so cute. I'm glad your mom's finally back to work. Yes, a lot of my mothers have come back to work. And I know that's the case because when you see 2 kids outside of the house, mom's had all the kids she's going to, and unless one of them were to die for some reason or grow up and move out and she's not too old to have kids again, they've had all their kids. So I'm still waiting for a lot of mothers to get back to work, unfortunately. The harvesters are doing their harvesting, which is really nice to see. There is a new animal in the game called the donkey. I think the donkey is a cheaper, easier to get version of a horse. I didn't see this in the patch notes. Maybe I missed it last time. But the stable is just past Barn 2 at 2,000 points. A lot of people were complaining that the horse was so endgame that it didn't do any good. So they lowered the requirement for the stable down to 2,000. And I'm guessing that a mule was a much slower version of a horse, but probably cheaper too. We're going to run out to where they sell mules. This is in Tukai? Tukai. I'm going to call it Tukai. That's what I'm going to call it. That is the old unnamed village. And a couple of things have changed over there. 1, it's actually turned into a village. 2, the guy that used to live there has a family now, and they'll spawn in after the change in the season. I always leave my game set up. Mushrooms on the road? I hadn't seen that before. So that I'm always at the just before the season change. So if they ever do an update, I can have all the updates in. So if you're starting your game and you're wondering why you're not seeing what I'm seeing, it's probably because you haven't changed seasons yet. There were some more mushrooms on the road. So I guess mushrooms can spawn on the road now. I didn't think they could, but it makes it easier finding mushrooms if you're looking for them. That's convenient. It doesn't look like this has changed very much. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think it grew very much at all. It just turned into it. Now it's a village. Okay. I'll dismount real quick. Why does it look like my horse was overburdened? Open the saddlebag. No, he's not, so I don't know why I thought I saw that, but okay. Oh, the baby donkey's kind of cute. All right, so... Wow! Male donkey is 1920, and that's just a fold. Okay, 3,000 for a fully grown donkey then. So it's a lot cheaper than the horse. So I'm guessing you can get the stable earlier. When you have less funds, you can get a donkey. And my guess is the donkey is a much slower version of a horse. I guess we will have to find out. Buy it. Send it to my... Ooh. Okay, only one person. Okay. There's no worker there, but I don't really need a worker. Send it there. Assign it to that one. So we'll mess around with the donkey before we get out of here. There are new vendors. So you can see that she's a vendor that deals in animals, because there's a little animal next to her point perspective. What just hit me and pushed me away? I think that donkey just kicked me. Oh, that was cool. If that's what's happening, that was cool. Okay. Whoa, she just got thrown. The donkeys have a kick maneuver, I wonder. Okay, so nothing different here. But she just got kicked away. Do donkeys have a kick maneuver? Are you going to kick me if I stand here? I'm going to stand here for a minute and see if this female donkey will kick me away. All right, I'm going to stop messing around with the donkeys. Too funny. Okay, so they have a fire. People sit around it just like another one. So, yeah, not too much. He basically has a family now. Okay, let's go look at the mine shafts and the mining. I don't have... I mean, I can get one. I have a storage unit over there. But let me target my house real quick. So there was a lot of guides out there that said, hey, if you need... if you're looking to buy stuff, and it told you where to go and who to buy from. A lot of the vendors have changed. People that were vendors before are no longer vendors, and people who weren't vendors before are now vendors. Like the Castellan. He always used to be a vendor. He no longer is a vendor. So I'm wondering if Gustovia only has 3 vendors now and not 4. Gustovia was nice because you had an extra vendor over there with a Castellan, and you could run over there and do some extra selling. Oh, I don't have a torch. Let me grab a torch real quick. Please tell me I have a torch ready. It doesn't look like I have a torch ready. Oh well. We'll go here torchless. It'll be a little, it lights up a little. Oh, and then it gets really dark. Oh, that's a new, okay, it felt like it was really dark in the cave before. So the cave have gotten, so it's lighter right here. I'm going to stop right here so you can see. That's a copper node. That's a salt node. That's a tin node. Yeah, that's salt. Yeah, you're not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to show too much. But these are the different nodes now. And they're dotted around, just like the old nodes used to be, where you'd get a little bit of everything out of it. Now you can only get certain things out of them. And there is a fogginess or a darkness. I think this is iron. Nope, that's tin. But you can see a few more nodes down there. So like there's like that fog effect right up there at the passage between here. Another cool thing to note, the length of your mine, how deep the tunnel goes, is affected if you have a mine shaft or not, the mine itself. So originally when you come over to this cave and you don't have the mine shaft, I don't know how deep it's going to be without that. I haven't seen one, but you might go in there and you might have like a branch or two. You'll have access to a small amount of the mine itself, the complete mine shaft that we know to be there. Once you put the mine itself, once you've got to that point, now it opens up the rest of the cave for you. So when you're new, when you're still up and coming, you're not going to have access to the entire cave until you put the mine up, and it'll open up for you, which is actually interesting idea. I like it, the fact that it gives some progression. A lot of things were changed with crafting. So like in the tavern, when you're cooking things, a lot of times you just kind of like make motions, but nothing actually happens. Now there's actually meat on the grill, or there's bread in the oven. The stuff that you would expect to see that wasn't in the game has been added. You have to smelt iron into bars now, and that process, you smelt it and then you harden it in water next to it. So you have to actually take it out and pull and make the actual bars. I'll show that to you in just a second. Wild animals will remember their placement and hit points from save to save. So if you were trying to deal with a bear and you got it really weak, but you had a phone call or your mom called you for something, and you exit and save real quick, normally when you came back, the bear probably would be in a different area and they'd be fully healed up. Now, if the bear was damaged, it'll still be damaged right where you left it. So you're not going to lose progress when you're trying to take down a big animal like that, which is probably really good news. We jump off the mount. Everything's lit up. Let me grab some copper real quick, because I had some extra copper ore. Oh, so there isn't... Okay, I thought you had to put it in the hardener. I guess not. We'll just make one. But it's like really fast. That was a single copper bar. 10 bar takes a tiny bit longer, and then of course bronze takes a little bit longer. I'm gonna go all the way over here and call my horse over so I can take the stuff off the horse. Of course. Where's the donkey? Donkey's over here. Oh, donkey's sleeping. I can't make it my mount if it's already sleeping. You're not up, baby. Get up. Oh, I can open up a saddlebag and put all this stuff on it if I want to. Saddle up. You need a saddle to ride. Okay. Call my horse over. Now my horse is all confused because are you going to run the whole way around? Hey, horse, be smart. Jump. So this is going to be interesting. You're probably going to go all the way through the building over there. Bring them all the way over to where I want. Come on, horsey. Yeah, the horse is going to come all the way over here. Let's get back to the donkey then. So I inadvertently spawned them out there, and so the game is trying to get the horse all the way to me. Convenient. Very convenient. Take off the saddle. Take off the shoes. Puts me overweight. Leave the saddlebag so you can hold everything. And the saddlebag stays. Oh, that's cool. And then saddle up. Open the saddlebag. Can I put iron shoes on you? And equip. Oh. Maybe you can't put iron shoes. Because it's a horseshoe, not a mule shoe. I had to do it. You know I had to say it, right? And then let's see if it'll let me ride the donkey. Sounds kind of bad, but I'm going to ride my donkey. It won't let me ride the donkey. That's so messed up. I'll have to come back later to do that. I'm overweight. This is a test world, so I don't care if I lose tools. So I'm just going to X, 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 and X. Free up some weight. Drop the tools on the ground. Iron hammer. Iron hammer. I was going to try to see if they look a little different. I don't have a torch. Would make that a lot easier. How about here? Here I can do it. So, drop the bronze knife. drop a copper knife, and then drop an iron knife. And get down. Oh, the iron obviously looks better, but that's the old knife model. And that's the cheaper first version, so, you know, much less developed copper knife. Your bronze knife has a bronzy color to it, and with a the hilt has leather wrapped around it. If I was a game developer, here's just my opinion. I think that wind knife handle should be on my iron knife, and that clean handle with nothing on it should be on the bronze knife. So make the bronze knife. See how this is like a cheap wood handle? You know, it's not very straight. It's not a good handle. I would say if you had to see, now the bottom of this one's got a notch in it, like it's nasty or something. So maybe that was their compromise, because they can't get the wood nice. They have to put leather around it. Yes, that makes more sense, because that's perfectly clean and honed, and that is a perfect wooden handle for a high-level iron knife. I'd like to see that in the daylight. Speaking of daylight, let's go to sleep real quick, and we'll see if there's anything else that's going to... Everybody's sitting... Why are you guys... I don't have a torch, or I'd light those for you. I don't know if I have a torch in my base or not, my house. No, I don't. Okay. Let's go to sleep real quick. Now, I do find the mornings when you're getting up, see how bright it was for a second, and then it starts to, like, settle away? So that's an oddity I noticed when I first got up in the first time, that it was, like, really bright. It was like, oh, it's washed out. But then it's like the lighting kind of settles in. And I'm not sure what that's about, or if that's intended. So this is what they look like in the light of the day. And I still think that works. Yeah, that looks like a copper. That's more bronzy, I guess. Yeah, that's bronzy. And then there's your iron knife. So I think that actually works pretty good. I definitely like. Let's go see if we can do something with the mule, of all things. Come here, muley boy. Are you up yet? Actually, you are my mount, I think. Let me see. My horse isn't anymore, because my horse doesn't have the saddle on anymore. Okay, donkey worked. Let's mount the donkey. Kind of wish I could see from the outside end of my character. Now, my donkey is faster than a normal donkey, because I have all the riding skills and everything but I can tell you this feels a lot slower. The donkey is slower than snail snot. Let's see if I can jump over the fence here with the donkey. I can. I want to go get the saddlebag for my other horse. I want to see how much weight the donkey has. It might be a lower version of a riding animal, but it might carry more weight. Open saddlebag. And I'm going to unequip the saddlebag. This leaves... Ooh. So the horse can carry stuff even if it doesn't have a saddlebag. It's the weight that matters. So my poor horse is overburdened right now. What's the best way I can save some weight on my horse? Let's take the iron spears out of the horse. I don't feel like... I can't be cruel to any animal if I can help it. Iron bars 13. There we go. That makes the horse not overweight. All right, Don Quixote. Open the saddlebag, which you don't have yet. I'm going to put a large saddlebag on you. And hold on. I haven't done this for a long time, so I'll forget. Open the saddlebag. Transfer stack. You can carry 20. So it's the same as a horse. There's no other reason to do this. Go to my inventory, go to the horse. Ah, there we go. So it looks like I can put horseshoes on them. equip that. Let's go back over to the horse. Oh, you don't have the shoes on you. I got the shoes on myself. Hold on one more second. Inventory, horses or mules inventory in this case. Transfer over to me. We will remember how to do this. Transfer to the mount. There we go. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's taking me a second. Inventory, horses, and there you go. So you can put all that stuff on the horse or on the donkey, and it has 65. So it's just a slower, noisier, uglier mount, and much cheaper too. I wonder if the price of a horse has gone up too. God, look how slow it is compared to the horse. And this is a maximum speed mount, and look how slow it is. Wow. With no skills whatsoever. I wonder, you know what? We can check that out real quick. Let's go find my wife, because my wife's would be hunting. I don't know if she's gone out to start hunting yet. Maybe she's still in the hunting lodge. I can reset my stuff that gives me the faster mounts. Let me verify what that is again. Skill, I want to say it's in the farming area. Yeah. Yep. If I reset the skills, I'll have a normal mount. I need to drop some weight too. I'm way overburdened. So let's go ahead and drop that, and that. We'll just drop one. Different tools. You can see copper, the bronze hammer. The bronze hammer actually looks kind of good. You can see that a little bit cheaper of a handle on that one. The copper one isn't straight, but it's not as bad looking. And of course, the iron hammer handle isn't that great either, though. The copper axe versus this one, you can tell the difference in the handles as well. Did my wife sneak in here? No. All right, where is my lovely wife? Houses, all buildings, quest, people. Oh, she's way over there. My wife is hunting out of the woods? That's odd. Is she stuck on the wall? No, she's just standing there. What are you doing to that pig? Help me with something. Rethink my talents. Reset my farming skills. Oh, I can't call my mount. All right, I'm going to give myself that skill, okay? I'm going to allow myself so I can call. I'll take one in farming knowledge. And village whistleblower. So I can at least call my donkey to me. Mount the donkey. Now let's see how slow the donkey is with an... Oh my lord. So yeah, early game and cheap. I'm not gonna... It's not much faster than a full human run. But they're using the mount's stamina and not yours. So there is an advantage. It's just... It's not that big of an advantage. So you still want to keep working toward the horse. And there's not a better weight. I was kind of hoping that the mule would be something that would be more of... You have a worker that you send out that sells and buys for you. Or there's possibly like a traveling merchant that actually is a traveling merchant in that case. But no. I think what I'll do, I'll pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and remount my regular horse. And then I still want to go to Gastovia and see what my options are when it comes to buying and selling over there. Here at Gastovia. All right, so let's look around for... So I see there's a bag with a... see the Castellan? You can only do jobs for him and stuff now. He's no longer a merchant, as they said. There in here is the person who is Tavern Wench. What she can sell and buy and all that. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of stuff she sells now. Pottage with apples and berries. Ooh. Basically oatmeal with fruit. This is the same guy from before. Yeah, manure. Oh, he sells buckets of water and milk now. And this manure like he always sold before. Okay. Are there any other merchants? So, oh, there's a farm merchant out here. Edwin, you're a merchant now, huh? Bag, simple bag, water skin, apple, carrots, food, seeds. Oh, the lady it used to be all the seeds. He sells wheat? Oh my God, they sell wheat now. So all that worry I had about getting that quest done, you don't have to worry about it. There's actually somebody that sells wheat. You can buy straight wheat if you need it now, which you never could buy before. Or I never seen it. I don't remember it, but I could have sworn you couldn't buy it before. So now you can buy wheat. It's not enough to complete the quest, but it'll get me pretty close. In fact, since it's a test world, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. And leave. And you can see I have 68 out of 100 wheat now. Speaking of quests, you have one extra season to get quests done. Oh, wait a second. Does that mean... No, because I never took that quest. It was just reset. I think. People, main. Yeah, that quest is gone. But had I taken her quest, maybe I'd have an extra season to get it done. There is an update note that seemed kind of weird. I'm not sure what it means yet. It has to do with farmers. And the message was translated in such a way that it indicates that the farmers are going to fertilize and prepare any farm plot, even if that seed isn't in season. So if I have a carrot field, which only gets planted in winter, typically what would happen is come winter, they would work that land, they would fertilize it, till it, seed it, and then carrots are planted. What they're talking about now is it doesn't matter when the item gets planted in the season. If it is a targeted seeded area, they're going to work it and manure it until it gets used. Since manure doesn't get wasted once you've fertilized a piece of land, it stays fertilized until you plant on it. The first season that this happens to you, you might want some extra field workers, and they're called farmers now. Wait a minute. Farmers, what do they call them? Because the name changed. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Crops, barn, get inside, and I'm going to add, I think this will find it. You for now, so I can, okay. So you have a barn worker. That used to be the old farmer. That's somebody who just beats wheat or does stuff in the barn itself. And then a farmer is a person who works the fields. So they changed that now. So they're going to work any field that is targeted to be planted. If you don't want a field to be fertilized, you don't want it set to be planted for anything. So that first season that you're starting the new update, if you're starting in a world that's already got a lot of fields down and stuff, your workers are going to be spending a lot of time fertilizing and preparing land that you might not be ready to use yet. So it's something you have to consider. You might need some extra farm hands just for that first season to get caught up. Because once that happens, oh, I just thought about it. Once it's harvested. So every time that item gets harvested, they're going to want to harvest it and then probably go back and fertilize and till that land right away. So you have to take that in considerations, because like I had got my field set up where 3 people could handle everything in a season. But if everything in the season includes harvesting 4 or 5 different fields and then fertilizing and doing that, it doesn't have to get all done that season either. As long as the stuff gets harvested And as long as stuff gets seeded, you have the rest of the season to fertilize and till it, except for cabbage, because that's back to back. That's good information. There's a lot of little things that were done in this one. Not much fixes. There are a lot more changes in this update. Children have more clothing. We saw that already. I'm going to check the notes real quick just to make sure there's nothing big that I'm missing, but I can't think of any. There's new sounds in the bellows when you're at the forge being worked. They added some sounds for the rabbits, for opening and closing the rabbit trap. They're smoothing out and adding more animations to things, which is always nice to see. So it wasn't the update that I was hoping for. I mean, I was hoping for the bandits, let's just be honest. But if their new timetable is to believed, there's going to be some really big changes to flirtation. You know, it's going to require that I start a new world because I need to get to that point where I need to flirt again. Unless, of course, I am willing to throw my wife out of town and try to find a new wife. Kind of cold-hearted, but you know what? You know, nobody else would probably think to do that. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll kick my wife and kid out of town and on a test save, and mess around with if they've changed anything with flirting and stuff like that. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. I've been critical. This has been Medieval Dynasty with a first look at the 0.5 patch that is soon to come out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.